Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. I am Rob. That's Amanda. We are A&R Travels, and you are here for part 2 of our Disney World honeymoon vacation October trip. First, I gotta say, how you doing, babe? Welcome back.
Hi. I'm sorry. I'm so distracted by the count. I feel like, are we on part two or are we on like part three? Is this the third video?
This
Who's
might
got
be the third, might be the second, might be the 10th video. I don't even know. How many videos have we done on this wonderful,
wonderful, wonderful. Because we
wonderful?
did the hotel and then we did Not So Scary.
Yeah, as
God.
as right. So this is part 3 then.
Hey, we can count. Yes, we can.
Part one, part two, part three, part seven.
And one, two, three.
All right, so this is part 3. Today we are going to cover 2 parks because there are abbreviated adventures. We'll explain why for both of them when we do it. This is going to be EPCOT, which we were on Saturday, which was the 19th of October. And then the 21st, which was Monday, we were in Animal Kingdom. We'll get to that after. But first, let's talk about Epcot. You can see the big, nice, glowing Epcot bulb in the background. That's a picture that we will show. We can show it right now, honestly. And that's a picture my
Yeah.
sister's new husband took. Or my sister. I'm not sure. One of the two took him. Shouldn't.
I'm going to give credit to
One of the
Lori.
two.
Sorry,
I feel
Jason.
like it should be Lori. She's kind of the
Yeah.
artist of the group.
Yeah.
She obviously has a high res version of it, but because iPhone and Samsung or iPhone and Google don't like talking to each other, and Android, I've got a low res version of it, but it still looks really pretty.
Does.
So,
It's magical, one would say.
yes. So let's talk about Epcot, babe. Let's start with the everybody's favorite photo. When traveling to Epcot via car, what do you have to do if you're the passenger? You have to take a selfie. So
Well, because this is the only moment in that day I'm gonna look that nice because it's
it's like
all downhill from there.
it's
So
mid 80s. It's
we
temperate.
have to capture it.
There was just a hurricane. Uh, so this
Hilarious.
is this is Amanda in the passenger seat. Again, look at there we are. So each day, for those of you who need a recap, each
Mm.
day Amanda had 2 different ears. What are these ones, babe?
These ones are since we're at Epcot and it was the Food and Wine Festival going on. I got Disney villains like Starbucks ears. So if you look kind of like close, the name of the beverage has something tied to the villain. So there's
Sicilian brew.
yeah for Ursula, and then on the other side,
I can't flip it around.
I can't. Yeah, I see something brew. I think it's the Evil Queen,
Mothers,
but
stepmothers brew.
stepmother. See, there you
Yeah,
go. That's
yeah,
hilarious. So I think there was like Hades and
yeah.
Maleficent, and it was just kind of this fun. Hello,
Yes,
nerds, unite of
yes.
ears.
So with Epcot, correct me if I'm wrong. We parked and then did we take the?
We took the little people mover tram thing in.
Yeah.
No,
So
did we? Or did we walk on this one because the walk wasn't that bad?
no, because it's right here. So
No, that's a ride.
oh, that's a ride. Ooh, that looks like an
Yeah,
exciting ride. What ride is
yeah,
that?
yeah. That's what is Land of the Living, where we go through
Oh,
all
right,
the
Land of the Living.
planted
Right,
stuff.
good.
Yeah.
So I can't 100% remember. Did we have to take the Skyway, the monorail in? Because we
Mm-mm.
have to for
No,
Magic Kingdom, but we don't have to for Epcot, right?
correct. We just
Right.
parked in the parking lot, and I'm pretty sure it wasn't that bad of a walk. Because we were, well, I was running a little bit more behind this morning because we had a super late night the night before at Not So Scary. But
The
you
like
know what?
midnight.
Yeah, well, midnight one. Yeah, but then you gotta get settled in and shower the night. Anyways, but do
Car
you
turned into a
remember?
pumpkin and
Do you remember what we discovered that morning while we were waiting to get into Epcot? just outside of the ticket
Yeah,
entrance. Do you remember?
yeah. The greatest single attraction in the entirety of Disney World. Let me tell you, if you're a
Yeah.
Starbucks fan and you like standing up in long lineups, you're a fool. But you're welcome. This is the hot tip, the A&R
Hmm.
Travels number one tip, and that
Yes.
is Joffrey's Coffee. Joffrey's
Um,
Coffee outside of Epcot. They have a little nondescript. There was like 4 people in line. Everyone was trying
yeah.
to get in.
Yeah.
Amanda and I went and got a shaken Jamaican with one pump Irish cream, but not the real Irish cream. We didn't get Bailey's in that. We
Right.
just got the simulated mix, cold brew. And let me tell you, it was like Jesus to the lips. And in
Yes.
case you think, oh, maybe it's just the
Look.
syrup, just the cold brew, it's not, because I got to tell you, Amanda bought me some of that coffee for Christmas, and it is as advertised. It's so good. So here's your hot tip: if you need coffee in the morning, whether you need a hot coffee, cold coffee, espresso, whatever, Joffrey's Coffee. But go to the one outside Epcot rather than
Yes.
going inside. The lineup on the
Inside.
inside, oh
Ah,
my god, so long.
so
So there you go. So that got us
good.
started.
On
We're
the
actually
right
gonna
foot.
actually skip back to this because this is where we started. This is the start of
Hmm.
the day. This was the Epcot International Food and Wine Festival for 2024, and that runs through, I believe, sometime in September till beginning of November until pretty much till Christmas starts. It's amazing. We'll get to it in a minute. There's some issues, and I really want to tell you these issues if you're going to Epcot for food and wine because we
Yeah.
ran into those issues and a little bit disappointed. But we're just gonna go back again sometime. We're just gonna go next October, maybe. No, I'm just kidding.
Problem
They'll
solved.
be in October. We're gonna go back just so we
Yes.
can to partake a little better. But I'll tell you. We'll tell you more about that as we get through the day. But first off, just wanted to
Hmm.
show that, and then of course, nothing's complete without a little picture of us with the ball in behind. They did take pictures. There were the pro photographers. We
Yeah.
didn't get the
Yeah.
picture package, so
No.
um,
So we did it
but then they
ourselves.
get the whole ball. So
Right. So you couldn't get center on because they were taking
absolutely,
pictures from the center of it. Yeah. But you can get just as good.
absolutely. So before we get on to the pictures, what were your just your initial impression, your first thoughts as you entered Epcot? Give us your impression. Give us your brain waves.
Like the first thing that really hit me is that this joint is spread out kind of thing. I mean, you're going to go to every four corner of the world kind of to get to literally where you need to go. And I felt like in Magic Kingdom it's one thing cuz you're going to cover a lot of land. But I felt like we covered a lot of extra road here just to get to clumps of destinations where all the rides are at, except for the very, very beginning because they have what is it? Mission Space Mars is
Yeah,
just adjacent from the entrance. But that's like the one thing that really stood out in my mind is that it's really spread out and there's like hills up in this joint. So you gotta be ready to get some hiking on.
yeah. Limber up. I
Yeah.
was actually wearing kind of compression ankle socks. They weren't full compression socks. They were just for the ankle, and it was just to provide a little extra support for my feet. I bought new shoes to do this adventure with. This was the day of walking.
Mm-hmm.
You've got so we hadn't even gotten to the actual pavilions yet. We're just talking the kind of
And
core Epcot with the
yeah,
blue, and then there's Mission. Not is it Mission Space? No, Mission Space is
Mission
the
Space is the astronaut thingy where you go
yeah.
to the moon.
This one was the other one where you travel up in the dark and then it goes through and the
Something
history
like
of the world or whatever.
something Earth. Is it Earth?
Yeah,
I don't remember.
something Earth. Anyway, Mission Earth maybe, I don't know. It was good. That was fine. There's a couple of there's a merch shop. We actually bought
Mm-hmm.
matching event,
Imagine
although
hat.
not at the same time, I don't think. But we bought matching Avenger hats, so they look cool. But then we did a lot of walking. We were trying to figure things out because we had the lightning lane,
We did.
and we made mistakes. We because
Yes.
we were going all over the
Yeah.
place.
We
just
scheduled
of
everywhere.
we walked so far. So the first and the major attraction, according to the photos at least, is
What's most important?
my arguably favorite. Is it my favorite ride? I think it might be my favorite ride in the entire Disney World. And
Really?
that is Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind. It's up there. Rise of the Resistance might have an argument. Smuggler's
Mm-hmm.
Run is cool, but I wouldn't put it in my top, even close.
Okay.
In fact, I
I'll
put
give
it
you that.
right on a par with Star Tours, except for Star Tours was walk on. We'll talk about that in the Hollywood video. But this might be the favorite. This might be the my favorite.
I get that for
I
you.
loved it.
Absolutely.
This was the before shot. Look how happy Amanda is, full of hope and
Yes.
love
Yes.
and nurture and kindness. Uh,
And
this is
what
the
you don't
after,
see.
like literally right after. This is her mere right. The before,
Yeah,
like, can we see
we
this
just hopped
again?
off the ride vehicle. Yeah.
Before
Yeah.
happy, after. Dear God, what happened? Well, I'll tell you what happened. This is what happened. This is the most ingenious roller coaster ride I've ever been on. It I don't even want to. I don't even know if I want to ruin it for you if you've never seen it before. You get into a roller coaster that is 100% indoors.
Yes.
It's a show going around on you. I will say
Yeah.
my favorite part is when you circle the planet. That was
Yeah.
cool. I'm not going to tell you
Yes.
the rest. I'm not going to tell you except for the music is amazing.
I'll share something.
Oh,
Because
okay.
I was looking forward to this at the very beginning. They have a reverse launch. I think that they're the only ride,
Oh,
at least
just totally ruined
in
it
this
for
part.
everyone.
I
Spoiler
know, I'm
alert.
sorry. But that's where it ended for me at that point. You got through the reverse launch and then I intermittently probably opened my eyes and then like at certain points it lights up the whole kind of building you're in and you can actually see the vehicle track. And there's like these little corkscrews that go down. I mean, I was and yeah, I was just holding on. And I had fun. I had more fun than I had anticipated because I'm not a roller coaster person whatsoever. I don't know. You can't see my clenching hands there on the rail.
They have like white
I'm not
knuckled.
not letting go whatsoever. But I really, actually,
That
genuinely, I really had a good time. Doesn't look like
created
it.
this. By
Yeah,
the way,
it did
Evil Queen shirt. I mean, come on now. It's always she's on
something
par. Even like literally her hair. Remember, this is how she started the day.
so nice.
One ride. so hey, it was a great ride. I loved it. Now that you need a single lane, you need to either go on standby and stand for hours, or you buy a single lightning lane pass for that
Yeah,
one. We did that. Look, the reality is you shouldn't have to pay more another $20
no,
to ride or $16 I think it was.
no.
But also my time is worth $16.
Time is
I
money,
right
really,
I'm not standing in line for an hour north of an hour
or
to
two
ride
hours.
this, right?
Yeah,
It's just not going to happen. So this is probably one of the areas that I would say depending on the time the day of the week and the time you're probably going to
right.
want a lightning lane.
And maybe
So
the size of your party. That would be
yeah, also true.
part of the
Yeah.
equation.
There was also a lot, and I just got a couple different pictures here. Oh, that's actually the ride.
Yeah,
There's one picture. There's a lot of these sort of things going on,
yeah.
just kind of random. These were I was
They're
gonna say
kind of
ballerinas, not ballerinas, like
like
gymnasts, right?
aerialist. Yeah,
Yeah, aerialists. Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. They put on a little show. There's a lot of that going on, um, and so there's these big, like you said, there's these big expanses of
yeah.
greenery and benches and walkways to get to
Walkways.
these different areas, and
Mhm.
we spent a lot of our time wandering around, and we did get onto some other rides. Now this is the what do they
In
call
the
this one?
dome, the little dome. I have something Earth.
The something of life
No, it's
history of
inside the Epcot dome where you go inside the track.
this one's the dome. Okay,
Yeah,
this
which
one
is
is
kind
not
of
the dome.
ironic That's Land of the Living. I
Land of the Living. So we did the dome. I don't know how I only got one picture. I swear I took more, but it was kind of. I mean, this is
dark.
like it. This is like It's a Small World, but it's like animatronic and puppetry. It's like it. So it's kind of fine. It's a good. It's a good enough ride. It's not an amazing ride. I didn't take 1,000 pictures. I didn't hate it.
But here's the bonus to it. If it's really hot out, this joint's air conditioned and it's
Yeah,
actually relatively long. So you get a chance to rest your feet and cool down. So really just sit back and enjoy the dark ride.
absolutely. And same with this one, though. This particular area is a little warm. Most of it is nice and cool, and then you get into the greenhouse area, and it does warm up, and it's just showing you
Mhm.
different trees and wildlife, and then
They're
there's
growing because
tilapia
a lot of
there.
what they grow here, they use out in the pavilion area.
This, by the way, is a hose that that the caretaker decided to make Mickey ears out of. I think that's a
Very neat.
pretty good
Hidden
shout out.
Mickey.
Oh yeah,
That's right.
now we're getting into the next ride. Now this was the highlight, probably for Amanda. I would say this is a close second for
Yeah.
me for Epcot, and this is Ratatouille. Ratatouille was a fun ride. It was a blast. We didn't get pictures after it. See Amanda, now she's kind of put back together. You see Paris in the background, but look, the Ratatouille ride uses magnets to move you around, and you are in the position as if you're one of the rats,
Yeah. It's a
and you go zipping
breakfast
around.
table. Hmm.
I mean,
It's
what can I
really
say?
cute.
It was cute and it was fun, and it was
It
kind of like
was,
a roller coastery, but it's not a roller coaster. It's
but
all
it
on
was
flat ground.
4D, right? 4D,
Yeah,
3D, 2D. Yeah.
7D.
So
There's so many D's. It's got all the D's. There's D's everywhere. It's double
uh,
D's. Uh,
uh,
it's no,
try
it's
again.
3D. You put on the glasses, and
But
it's
they
a
have like air. It's so sensory things
yes,
happen to you as
yes,
well while you're on the vehicle. It was just really fun and cute, but way too short for that
yeah.
kind of line. But I would go on it again in a
Now I will say that one thing I would say uh, is kind of disappointing. Now I know on a day like we were there, it probably wouldn't have mattered, but I'm wondering if on days that it's not as busy, if they couldn't allow Lightning Lane to multi ride, because
multi-ride.
why wouldn't you want to ride it a second time? If it's available, they should let you on. Now I know that they're trying to keep the standby lines reasonable
Hmm.
while still giving Lightning Lane preference. So I don't know if they could make it happen, but it's just a thought. I don't know. It's definitely. I mean, it's a family friendly. All family
Yeah.
would love it. It was a great ride. So that was the Ratatouille ride. Let's see what else we
And
got
again,
here in the picture
we're
group.
traversing back and forth across the park.
Yes,
Just and
yes.
we're on a time. We're on a schedule. We have to get to these rides within a window of time. So it was fun.
Now I'm trying to remember. I don't know if there was a whole lot more rides we actually did. There is. Um,
We did soaring
we did soaring, which I didn't take
and
pictures of because you're up
no,
in the air. I don't think you're allowed.
right, which is that's
Um,
fun. That's a great little
we did the
um
water. The water is the one that we have pictures of, which is in the same building as soaring,
yeah.
right?
And we did
Um,
Mission Earth when we went to the moon.
We did Mission Earth.
Mission
Amanda
Mars.
swore to
Oh,
go orange, but I said, Amanda, let's go green. Just keep her. Let's pump the brakes.
no,
That's
lessons
a taking you
learned.
as if you're a cosmonaut, if you're an astronaut,
Yeah,
and it straps you in, and you got to
like
you're
right there.
yeah. So
If
if you're
you
a little
got
bit claustrophobia,
claustrophobic,
yeah, might be an issue.
and
Um,
especially if you barf, it's right in your face. But they
yeah,
do
well,
have like barf bags in a reachable distance for you.
probably don't is what I'm thinking. Is probably don't barf.
Because
It's probably,
I mean, because they're spinning you around
they're putting
to
the G's on
simulate.
you.
Yeah, exactly. The
I didn't.
G's.
We did green, and I didn't have any problems at all. There might be an opportunity for me to go orange next time. I don't know. We'll see. But I'm
Have
not making
fun.
any promises. Amanda said she's going to go too, so that's great. Now, the rest of the park after the
Hmm.
rides we went on, and there's one more we went on. We actually went. I've got a lot of pictures of Moana, so we'll get there in a second. But is the pavilions, and the thing is,
Because because remember we couldn't get a time for Frozen because it was
Right.
down most of the day. It was, yeah. So we missed
Frozen
out
went down.
entirely.
Frozen went down,
Yeah,
and by the time it came back up, it just would not refresh on the app to give us a lightning lane. And the times that we did walk by it, it was like 130-minute. It was like, mm-mm.
yeah.
Uh, what's going
Much
to be
my
frozen
disappointment.
is hell by the time I let go in one of those lineups. So yeah, it was, it was kind of disappointing that we didn't get to go in Frozen. But let's talk about the Epcot because this is the whole point. The morning was rides. We tried to pack our rides to the front so that we
Hmm.
could experience an afternoon of the Food and Wine Festival.
Yes.
And the Fine Wine Festival is what, 20 pavilions, 20 little booths that gives you like sampler food. Typically, there's 3 items, and it's everything from Canada has a booth, Mexico, Hawaii. It's like
Tied
France,
to all this
Italy,
international
right?
food.
It's
Yeah.
all international food. Now the food, some of it's truly international, some of it's a little bit. I feel like they're cheating, but whatever. Like I mean, Italian dishes. If you're just gonna give me rigatoni and pizza, I don't think an Italian would be like, those are the two best things I need to give you. But whatever. Um, the problem was the lineups. We went on Saturday, October 19th. The lineups were in many cases longer than the lineups for the rides. There were
Right.
30, 40 people deep. The switchbacks were full.
Yeah.
I
And it was warm, and there
yeah,
was not
and
a
it
lot of shade opportunities.
yeah, so we're warm, we're sweaty. We had a long night the night before. It took us a while to get to sleep. You're not sleeping in your home bed, so then there's that sort of thing. We're in a queen bed and Amanda hogs all the sheets. So,
Yes.
so
Yes, I do.
so we actually pulled the chute, and that's how you got the rest of Orlando when we went to Gideon's and those sort of things. You got that in
Gideon.
one of
Yeah.
the previous videos. It's
Hmm.
because we just looked at every single, like we walked all the way down the street and there was like 5 6 booths. They all had 30 40 people in there, and not quick moving 40, like
Mm-mm.
ridiculous 40. And it just felt like there was no way I was going to be able to have fun or enjoy myself, which is really unfortunate because it was one of the reasons to go to the Epcot was the Food and Wine Festival. So I
Yeah.
don't know. Do you have any thoughts about what happened there?
I mean, I was really disappointed because there certainly was a lot of booths that I would have happily tried. But my goodness, you have to just kind of evaluate. Again, we talk about time is money. Is it worth my time to be standing in this line for however long, an hour, to spend $10 on an item that's itty bitty, only to go into the next line for an hour? And because that's what our meal plan for the day really revolved around, was eating that food. We ate a little bit up at the, what is it, the Connections Cafe or whatever place.
Yeah,
But we really
wasn't
were
bad by the
focused
way.
on, no, it
Connections
wasn't
Cafe
bad.
food was pretty good, by the way. In
Yeah.
case you're we had a chicken. Would I have a chicken sandwich? I feel like I had a
It
sandwich,
was like
a
a
chicken sandwich.
blackened chicken sandwich.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was really good with fries. The fries were
Mhm.
great. I assume
Yeah.
because someone ate a lot of them instead of me.
I hog the sheets. I eat all the fries. I
She's
mean,
better. She's
I'm
better
a drinking
looking than
food.
me. She takes better selfies than me. I mean,
That
it's
I do.
ridiculous.
That I do too. But, and like, so here's the one thing by skipping out on the festival, or by leaving early, is that we also decided not to go to, what is it, Harmonious, which is
Yep.
the nighttime show. And that was a tough decision, but we were
Yes.
tired. We have been trekking back and forth across this place, and so we were even more tired on only a little bit of
Yep.
food. So we, I don't know, it actually became rather easy now
Yeah.
that I
So
think about it. Easy
let me give
decision.
you another A&R tip.
Oh,
Food and Wine Festival. There's also the Spring Festival, whatever that we're gonna. Spoiler alert: we will be back in Orlando in March for a cruise, and after that cruise, we will be returning to the scene of the
yeah,
crime on a Monday, not a
that's better.
Sunday.
For
And
Saturday.
hopefully or Saturday, hopefully we'll be able to partake a little bit more in that. And I think that's my big thing is if you're there for the Food and Wine Festival, first of all, just looking at the scope of it, if you're doing Epcot for the rides, you need a half a day. if you're doing Epcot for the Food and Wine Festival, you probably need a full day just
Or
for the
to visit
pavilions.
the pavilions,
Yeah.
yeah.
And then so I would say, man, if you are doing multiple trips in Disney, then do it separately. If it's your only time going to Epcot, get your rides done as quickly as possible. Cram them in the morning and in the evening, and take your time around the pavilions, which is a big arc of I think 10. Is it 10 pavilions?
No, I feel like it's more than that, but
Different
yeah.
countries, because you're it's gonna take you a long time, and you want to do that during the week. You do not want to be there on the weekend. It was busy. It was crowded in areas. It was icky,
Mhm.
and I
Oh, the
feel like as
shoulder to
much as
shoulder. Oh,
oh my
everywhere.
god, the stroller brigade, but I feel
Yeah.
like there was so much space, and yet certain areas felt so crowded around the pavilions. And I think we were already kind of cranky, tired, hungry.
Hmm.
There was nowhere to move in the around the certain areas of the pavilions. I think that just pulled the chute. But we did go see a few more things. By the way, this is the London Pavilion here. We did go to the London Pavilion. We did check it out. I nearly bought a jersey, but I held back. So these are crests and different coats and things you can get. This is name
Heraldry.
history.
Yeah. Hmm.
You can get those done online, but they did them professionally there as well. So
Yeah.
neat. But then the Journey of Water, which is actually probably it was just a cool, different thing that I actually really enjoyed. And this,
Yes.
of course, is Moana. And all you're seeing is it's introducing you to the elements,
Yes.
and then through
It's
sound and
interactive.
through motion. It's an
Yes.
interactive pavilion. She's not just waving down a cab. She's actually causing the water to move.
To
Uh,
move. Yes. Look at
so
me.
and then
I told you I'm
spring.
magical.
She is very much so. I don't even know what the there's like little fountains here. So
Yeah.
very great thing.
And then you
This thing
walk through
stopped.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, I did. It mostly stopped. But there's lake. There's of course the what's her name? What's it?
That's Tafiti,
Right. The she's the actual island.
the goddess. Yeah. Hmm.
Um, kind of cool. Just cool. It was just a nice journey. Do it.
Fun.
It's easy. It's walkable. Make sure you do that. But that was the end of our time in Epcot. That unfortunately we pulled the chute. We went down. I'm not no regrets. We got to go to Gideon's. We got to chill. We got to go to
Yeah.
the outlet. The
Treasure
outlet was a bit of a
warehouse.
disappointment, but at least we
Yeah.
knew. We got to check it
Mhm.
out. So yeah. What are your overall thoughts of Epcot? Any things you want to throw out there? Any extras?
I very much enjoyed it. Again, we were a little noobish in our planning of rides, doing the lightning lane stuff. But now that we know the lay of the land a lot better, we can organize that 10 times better, so we're not exhausting ourselves by going back and forth. I'm sad that we only went to, like, what is it, two of the countries in the, what is it, the world international world stuff.
I would say like one and a half because we
Like, we
went
just
to
did walk through Paris,
yeah
right?
we went Paris to get to Ratatouille, and then of course
Yeah,
London was kind of one of the first ones we walked in on.
on the way back. Yeah,
We didn't go to Canada.
kind of thing.
Also, Lori and Jason did go to Le Cellier for dinner. Um,
Yes.
that it's a Canadian. It's in the Canadian Pavilion. It's a steakhouse, as it should be. I heard it's a freaking fantastic. That's actually where we're gonna eat
Rave
lunch, and then
about
we're
it.
like, no, we don't need sit
Yeah,
down lunch because we have the food and
yeah,
wine
the
festival.
festival. Yeah, exactly.
So our bad. Um,
L2.
but anyway, it is what it is. Overall, what are your thoughts? Thoughts on Epcot?
Enjoyed it very much. I think I enjoy Magic Kingdom a little bit more over Epcot if we're at this point in, like, evaluating the parks that we like. I'm really happy that we did it. I'm actually really happy that it's on our agenda to go back again in March, but we're going to experience it a little bit differently, and maybe have the rest of the picture for what Epcot has to offer when we go back in March. So
Absolutely.
I'm glad we did
So,
it. I'm really glad we did it.
and we'll have potentially extended hours. We're not quite sure yet.
I'm not sure, the
So
calendar hasn't opened yet.
that'd be nice too.
Mhm.
So we're gonna delve right into the second one. Now there's a little different reason why Animal Kingdom was a shortened day, and that's because we had a flight at 5. So we were both leaving that day. So Animal Kingdom kind of has the smallest
Hmm.
Overall things to do. Though I would say if I could go back in time, I probably would have thrown EPCOT to Monday, skipped the pavilions, and just did the morning as we had. But anyway,
Yeah.
who knew,
Say la vie.
right?
Yeah.
So Animal Kingdom again. What do you start every day with? You started with a selfie. So
Yeah.
Animal Kingdom Drive again. It was pretty easy to get to drive to, as if you follow the signs. Apparently, all of them are easy to get to.
Yeah. We did get better at that, didn't we?
Yeah, the first day was a bit of a mess. So the first thing we did was the Kilimanjaro Safari.
Yeah.
Would also say, I don't know if I can say it's my favorite. I think it was because it's like it felt
Oh, really?
less like a zoo and more
Yeah.
like you're actually seeing them in their nature. And it was a nice long ride. We will talk about, of course, the best ride in the park.
Thank
It's
you.
it's hard for me to, because that ride was so quick in comparison.
It
But we'll talk
was,
about that in a second.
yes,
We'll talk about
compared
that.
to this. But
Yeah.
what I remember is to catch this ride, it's like way in the back end of the park. So yet
Yeah.
again, as we
Yeah.
land into a park, we are like beat beaten trying to make our time with the lightning lane because again, someone was running slow behind.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
we did stop and get Joffrey's on the way in. So we're like speed walking and sipping our coffee all the way to catch this ride, which was great.
Yes.
But this was really good because it was nice and cool out still. We had a nice breeze with the ride.
Yep.
And so many of the animals were out. We got to see practically everything. It was really nice.
Absolutely. So I'm gonna tell you, I gotta tell you a little hack if you're a bigger person like myself. You can see I'm wearing two shirts, which sounds like the worst thing in the world to do. But actually, the shirt I'm wearing underneath, and this is the same style shirt, it's actually a swim top. And the reason why I like wearing them, breathable, they wick water, like that's their whole purpose. So when they dries really quickly, and it just made it so I wasn't so sweaty all the time. I still was, but and also I had a cooling cloth. So you just put a little water on it, you whip it around a couple seconds, and you put it on your neck, and it keeps everything nice and cool. So that was a lifesaver the whole time. But
Mm-hmm.
here we are on the safari trip. We got to see. I don't know if you can see them there. There's wildlife in the background there.
Bongos. Yeah.
Yeah. And then wait, the very back. I don't even know what that was. I can't remember. One of the cows, maybe. I don't know. I don't
I
know.
can't quite tell.
There's better picture. See,
Oh,
there you
more
go.
bongos. Yep. They're
There's
endangered.
something back there. It's really hard to take pictures of all these things while you're moving and stuff.
Moving.
You can see some nice birds
Oh,
there.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Those are the big, like,
Yeah.
African.
Oh, there's two pictures of it. You can see a rhinoceros
Right?
there. One of the two types of rhino.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Oh, no. I stand corrected. I think that's a bongo.
I think that's the bongo.
Yeah.
Pelican type,
Yeah.
maybe.
Very exotic. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm sure there's something else in there, but we just didn't
So
quite.
if you want to know what you're
Yeah.
looking for, they have this on the top of all of them, and it just tells you everything you're looking for. I will say
Which is very nice.
there's the hungry hippos.
Yeah.
And I feel like overall, like we've been to zoos,
Mhm.
alligators. I felt like this was just a cooler presentation of wildlife. They all looked like they was, chilling.
African dogs. Yeah.
It's a little
Aren't they
warm,
cute?
so obviously they're not
Yeah.
running around. But what do we got here? Oh, the zebras.
Zebras.
Some big horned sons of bitches and some other sharp horned sons of guns.
Pokey ones. Yeah.
I'm not. I'm
Very
not a
technical.
save my
Are you
world.
not a zoologist?
No.
What?
And there's another style. It's a longhorn digimaroo. That's a digimaroo right there, if I've ever seen one. But we're coming up to my favorite part, the giraffe. This giraffe, we just stopped. This sucker walked
Mhm.
right, like I could have pet him, except for they said you're not allowed to.
Don't.
Look,
Yeah.
he's like how close he is. He's so close. Like hi giraffe. He's like, yo, what's up? Touch me once, I'll kill you. I think it's what he said. He actually didn't say anything, but I assume that's what it was. More animals with horns. Lots of horned animals in the Sahara.
Wildebeest.
There's a non-horned animal.
The crane kind of thing. Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
there's
there's the
monkeys.
baboon.
Baboons.
Not a lot of people saw this because this sucker really blended it
I know.
into his
Like
enclosure.
Like, see, from there, you're like, what? There's nothing there. Boop, boop,
Yeah.
boop. There he is right there. He's like, and he's even like, huh? Yeah, you can't see me.
I don't think
Um,
maybe it's like a madril. Yeah. Anyways.
Elephant. There's
Mhm.
some of the elephants here. There'll be plenty of different pictures of them. Um, as you drove past, there's
And
some
there was a baby
flamingos.
elephant that was really kind of shy, and it kind of
There was, and I didn't get
turned
a
around
picture of
in
it,
the corner.
unfortunately.
Yeah.
I was at the rhinos. I don't know. Were they rhinos enclosed, or did we just drive past them? I feel like those suckers could just be like,
We drove just past them. No big deal.
yeah. Well, oops, no big deal, except for until they make it a big deal.
Until they do, yeah.
Oh, I missed the
Don't
ostrich.
move.
There
Yeah,
he is.
there you go.
Um, I don't even know
Remember.
what. Just a
I think
picture
there was.
of a landscape. It's a beautiful.
I think there's cheetahs up here.
Oh yeah, right there, right there. See it? It's right
Hmm.
by your. It's hard to
Yep.
see. Little blurry. We had one lion,
Hmm. Up on Pride
lioness,
Block.
I guess.
Hmm.
Uh, we only, I think, the other second one was back here somewhere, but didn't really get a picture. There's a goat because when you're a goat and you have a whole enclosure, where do you want to sit? Yeah, on top of the building. That's where, of course, you want to.
Yeah,
They made this little thing for them. They like climbing up. There's a second one there.
it was good. It was cute.
Oh, there's like none of them on the ground. They're all like, yeah, let me just jump on this table. Tree of Life. So this,
Yes.
we might as well talk about the second ride. The
That we had to trek
ooze.
to the other side of the park to
Yeah,
get to
this is in the world of Avatar,
Pandora.
Pandora, not the box, but Cameron's world. So there's a really good ride, and it's Flight of Passage.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you, I'm a big dude. I have big calves because I played a lot of hockey. So even when I wasn't a big dude, I had big legs. And then you add being a big dude on top of that, they scrunched me in it. I was able to go, and it was tight. If you're a baby, probably uncomfortable. But if you just be like, hey, if this is what it's got to take to get in this ride. So you're stationary, and you're putting
Copy
on
that.
another goggles, and they're blowing
For
wind in your
3D.
face, and there's a big screen there, and then it's just kind of moving you, rocking you, making it feel like you're doing all the dives
Yes.
and things. And you're
Yes.
riding what are they called? The
A banshee.
you're riding a banshee. That
Hmm.
sounds so much like a inappropriate. But anyway, um, I thought a banshee was like a screaming white,
Yep.
like a
Uh,
ghost.
to be fair, they scream a lot.
No, that's fair. That's fair. Yeah, they do. Um,
Hmm.
okay, so that was awesome. I don't know if you want to talk specifics on that, but it's
I
a
was
must
like
ride.
super nervous because I didn't know what to expect. And again, I'm not a big thrill ride person, and I was worried because we would be flying that we'd be doing a lot of dropping kind of motions. And it was so cool. I mean, I thoroughly enjoyed all of it. And it's this wide, vast area, and so much is going on for you to be spectating to as you're riding on your banshee. But um even what we missed is the queue, which has a lot of the great stuff that shows the Navi that you get put into kind of thing. One of
Yes.
those guys, I forgot the details on that. We missed a lot of that, seeing all that in the lab and all that kind of stuff. We got like a snippet of it. I was really kind of sad that
I will
but what
say.
happened?
Okay,
Remember
go
when
ahead.
you all your whole group is standing on a specific area, and they're scanning you to find your match of who you can link with to ride on the banshee kind of thing. I got a dude. I was linked with a dude. What's up with that? Just saying.
I'm just. Um, I
I've
didn't.
never been so tall in my entire life. That was a bonus.
I will. You know what? I will say this, and especially with their newer rides, Disney understands the art of the Switchback in general, and just the lineups.
Yeah.
Because what they're actually doing, they moved you to two or three different kind of pods, and that's not the ride.
Mhm.
That's just waiting for the people in front of you to
A
get the f out of the
pregame.
way.
Yeah. Mhm. Yeah.
But the way they do it, it gives you something to interact with and listen to, and while you're having to wait for this ride, and they did it for that. Guardians of the Galaxy sort of has something like that too. Rise of the
Figured.
Resistance.
Has a great one.
It almost feels like the first part of the ride, and I guess technically it is, but really,
It
it's
is.
just the way to get you in there so that they can
It's
get
three
you
parts.
into the.
Yeah.
So that, and I really gotta applaud them on their new rides for doing that, and just making it feel like a 20 minute is really nothing because you're doing these
Little
extra
things in
steps.
between. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it was really fun. Really enjoyed it. Really highly recommend checking that out. There's a part
Oh,
of it
there we
there.
go.
See,
Yeah.
um, I just more of Pandora.
And we did the other ride. We did the Navi River.
Navi
Remember
River.
that?
Yeah, it
Mm-hmm.
was basically
It's all the bioluminescence in the forest.
like every other water boat slow motion ride, but with Navi people instead of whatever like instead of the little singing
Yeah.
Muppets or
And all
the
the critters of Pandora that were
yeah
lurking all around you. That was cool, but it was way too short. It was like a
yeah
minute. We were,
yeah. It was a lot shorter than like the History of the Earth or whatever that other one was, or
yeah.
the It's a Small World or any other.
Yes.
It was a lot smaller. I was a little bit
Yeah.
surprised, and I don't know if it's just space, but uh,
It could have been so
there it
much
is.
more
There's a
there.
piece of
Yeah.
it there. You can see it, and then nice little pond slash marsh.
I think
Um,
it's like this canal that goes around, and during the day they do little like mini flotilla parades. So you could potentially see like Pocahontas and Miko come through, and Timon, and I think maybe Pumbaa show up, and but you just don't know when it's going to happen. It's kind of random.
we also tail end of this.
Yeah.
We got we didn't catch the whole show, but they have these birds. You can see them kind of sitting there on the things, and they fly to command. They like whistle command,
Yeah.
fly these suckers over your head, and they did a really cool kind of quick show. I got to talk about that in a second. So
I can speak more to this if you like.
yeah, go ahead.
So what this is called is these birds are essentially on show, and what they do is they've trained these birds, these parrots, to fly, obviously fly to this location, but they take a lot of time of training in order to trust that these birds are going to fly to this location, get their little treat, and then eventually they go right back to where they came from. So they don't fly and leave the entire park because it's free. I mean, it's their wings aren't clipped or anything like that. So they've trained this massive flock of multi parrots that are blue and red and yellow, and it's just amazing just to see them all come overhead and land in these areas and these trees and all that kind of stuff. And then once they're done, they fly right back into where their aviary is and all that
All
kind of
over
stuff.
the
But
park.
it's really surreal.
Like they came from all directions, and then they
Yeah,
did a flyover, and then they got their treat and
yeah,
pissed off. It was
yeah.
pretty phenomenal. So,
But did you want
but
to talk about? Did you want to talk about your special little
my special little,
meet?
I met Kyle Paolo. I didn't even see him. We went into one of the gift shops as we were coming out. Amanda's like,
Yeah.
look, look, look. I'm like, what? The plane boss, the plane. What are you? And she had actually spotted because she loves Kyle. So we saw Kyle Paulo. If you don't know who that is, he's a daily vlogger of everything
Mm-hmm.
Disney, most
Mm-hmm.
especially daily vlogs on Disney World. But he also does cruises. He's done a couple cruises, and I think he does a spattering of other ships.
Mm-hmm.
But 99% content. I watch him pretty much every day as kind of like side noise as I'm doing my work. It's pretty easy going. So had a chance to meet with him, talk with him a bit, which is kind of cool. Kind of nice.
Yeah, he was very generous with his time. I'm gonna have to say there was like no rush to
Totally
skedaddle. He
cool.
gave you plenty of
Yeah,
conversation.
no brush off, no
Mm-hmm.
kind of haughtiness. He was pretty genuine and just was there for the conversation. He was just getting off of being sick on the ship of ships. I don't remember what ship he was on. He had done a cruise and he had issues with his time. I'm pretty sure it was a non-Disney cruise. I think it was. I'm gonna say it was one of the Royal Caribbeans,
Don't
but
remember, but I
regardless,
remember he was
we talked
sick.
about
Yeah.
it. So he was talking about being a little bit behind in his videos. I'm like, well, we're on our honeymoon and we just got married in Vegas, so I'm behind on your videos too. And so I'm like, I can't wait to watch those. It was with his sister. I remember that it was a cruise with his sister. So
Hmm.
anyway, so he was there, got a chance to meet and chat with him for a good 5-10 minutes. I don't know, 5 minutes or so.
Something
So that
like
was
that.
kind of
Yeah.
neat. So yeah, celebrities are just like us. I mean, he's an
They're just
internet celebrity. YouTube celebrities, they're just like us. Real celebrities, probably nothing like us. They're a little
so
bit,
much. Yeah.
yeah.
Not as approachable. Yeah.
So, so that's the bulk of the rides. We did have a
Both the
shortened
rides.
day.
We
We
did.
did
It was really
do
truncated.
we did go through A Bug's Life. We didn't actually get to sit down and watch it because of timing.
Yes. And then remember, I think Lori was saying that it's like the best thing ever. I'm like, well, it would have been
Yeah,
great if we had the time because we were
and it's
late to
gone.
our lunch date. Yeah. Yeah.
And it's
Exactly.
gone, everyone. It is no longer
Yeah.
there. It's being replaced by Zootopia, so we won't get to see that anymore. Um,
But we had to
is
get to our
this?
lunch date. So,
Was there no? Was this not? Yeah, I have one picture of it. Never mind. I was like,
oh,
"Where's
I
Dinoland?"
was just say there's another ride we did
Yeah, we
here.
did. We're gonna get there.
Okay.
Although I don't have the picture for that one. That was not. It wasn't a good picture anyway, so I'm not that worried about that.
Yeah.
In the internal
But,
picture.
uh,
Anyway,
I'm
we'll get there. We'll get there, babe.
okay.
We'll get there. Let's go to this right here, which was my ears as the groom. I don't even have a picture of your bride one.
Oh,
Anyway, so we went to what's this place
Tiffins.
called? Tiffin's.
Tiffin. Yeah.
We had lunch with Lori and Jason at Tiffin's. We basically went our own directions the whole time. They were at places, we were at other places, but we did Friday night together, and then Monday for lunch at Tiffin's.
Yeah.
And this is what we got. It was the burger. It was great. It was very
Yeah.
tasty. They did a little
Yeah.
thing. They got a whole bunch of butterflies and stuff, and it has a real African vibe to it.
It does.
Absolutely a great place to eat. I would highly recommend it. It was very tasty. I don't know if you have any.
Very tasty, very pricey. We ended up getting the special. But I think for the experience, it was really kind of nice. And whatever the beverages that we got, those were
Oh
tasty, even
yes,
though those were a little pricey as well. But they were,
yeah.
it was like some kind of hibiscus lemonade. Oh, it was so good,
But we did get dual honeymoon congrats
which
desserts,
is
so
nice. Yeah.
that was nice of them to do. And then the final ride we went on before we had to go uh, to the
After
airport.
reality.
We had to get it. We did get an opportunity. We went to Dino
Ah, my
Land and we
ears.
did ride the dinosaur ride. I don't even remember what
Yeah.
it's called. It's gonna be
Dinosaur.
Indiana. It's already closed, I believe. I believe it's now shuttered down,
Yeah.
um,
Yeah.
which is probably good uh, because it was good. I mean, it was fine,
It's
but
herky jerky. It's old. It's like
yeah,
Indiana
like
Jones in Disneyland, but
yeah,
dinosaur.
and and I will say that for me, when you see what they've done with Jurassic Park,
Oh,
right? Like,
yeah.
go
In
check that out.
Universal. Yeah.
Look up Universal Jurassic Park ride, and you see what you can do with dinosaurs and scare animatronics, along with
In Japan, was it?
LED. It was
Or Shanghai? Which one is it?
yeah,
One of the
I
two.
can't remember. But anyway, Ordinary Adventures had a really good video on it,
Hmm.
so check out Ordinary Adventures Jurassic Park. It's the level they can
Amazing.
go to with the combined animatronics and kind of like
Mhm.
not green screen but back screen visuals. It's phenomenal. Ratatouille uses the same technology for theirs, so it's kind of like take Ratatouille and put it on this track with some animatronics built in. Oh my god, it was so. I hope they do a really good update on this. Can't wait to see it in a year or so's time when they're
We
done.
did it
But
though. Checking off the list, and we got to see what is it?
but
Dino
absolutely,
Land USA.
and you can see there's the brides. Jason and
Mhm.
Lori got us the matching. So I had the little top hat groom, and she had the little bride veil with the Mickey ears. So that's us, babe.
Is that it? Is that all our pictures?
That is all the pictures. So your final thoughts on Animal Kingdom?
I wish we had more time. It
Yes.
felt rushed. Granted, I don't really think you need an entire day, to get everything done at Animal Kingdom if you're just there on your own. I mean, a good, I don't know, half, three-fourths of a day would be plenty sufficient in there. It's a
Remember, it closes early. It
it
closes
does
at
close early.
6.
The animals need their beauty sleep.
Yes.
And this is another park that will get you walking all over the place, and it is hilly and uneven, so just take that into consideration when you're out there with your little kiddos or grandma and grandpa and all that kind of stuff. There are some elevations
Yeah.
and unevenness to be mindful of, but I mean overall it's bright, vibrant, plenty of opportunities to see animals. Pandora is really great, but it is probably the most sought after area, I would want to say, in the
Yeah,
park. So it
Pandora was
does
busy.
get busy. Yeah. And let's see. Dinoland USA was very quiet. I understand why they are probably redoing things over there because it's just not an area that's
Yeah.
being well taken. I mean, people are just not taking advantage of it. The food in this park, there are a lot of opportunities for some really great food. So just be mindful of that if you want to indulge in some international cuisine. It is a little pricey, but I think it's well
Yes.
worth the experience in this park.
Yeah, I think for me, and that's what everyone says, you don't need a full day, you don't need a full day.
Mm-mm.
My tip was take a full day. Like just take
Oh,
your time with it. Just there's so much to just enjoy. I felt like there was a lot to enjoy that we rushed through. Also, we
yeah.
didn't do the Kilimanjaro Rapids or
Nope.
whatever the rapids,
Mm-hmm.
which I would have loved to do. It's just the tire ride. This Disneyland has or
Yeah.
California has
Yeah.
similar, right? So it's available to you. But I always like the splash. If you want to get a little splashy splash, why not? Um, but I just thought like there was there's really opportunity if you want to take a full day here to just relax, walk at a slow
Mm-hmm.
pace,
Mm-hmm.
check out there was African music playing in the African area, and
Yep.
then Pandora had the birds
Yeah.
just flying around at random, and there's a lot you can just take the time to see. So when
Mm-hmm.
people say you don't need a full day to get through it, yeah, the attractions you can get done, but don't be scared to just enjoy it. Because isn't also Lion King here? We didn't
The
get a chance to
Lion
see
King
that.
show, yeah, we missed out on
So
that, which I'm really sad about.
yeah,
But
we'll get back there after they reopen Dino Land into whatever
mm-hmm.
into Encanto and
Encanto, yeah.
yeah and
But there's
Indy. So
also there's
South
animal
America's. I think
exhibits.
it's the South
Oh,
America. It's not just
yeah,
Encanto, right? So
yeah. But
yeah,
anyways, there's animal exhibits just as you enter into the park, and we
yeah,
saw a lot of great little critters in there. There's just a lot of opportunities. You
yeah.
just got to be mindful, keep your eyes open because
Yeah.
you don't
And
always recognize that it's there.
there's a Joffrey's, so that's important too. There's a Joffrey's.
Check.
So so I got to tell you about
Priority.
Joffrey's. So when we
Oh,
stopped at
back to
Epcot,
Joffrey.
yeah, because when we stopped at Epcot, they go, "Do you want a flavor?" And I was like, "Yeah, which we let's get that Irish." I think they listed them off. I didn't read them. They listed them off. I said, "Oh, Irish cream sounds
Mhm.
good." So they pump the Irish cream sweetener. At the other place, I'm like, "Well, we're doing that again. Can I get the Irish cream?" It's like 10 a.m. 9.
Yeah.
They're like, "Oh, do you want the alcoholic stuff?" And I'm like, we're in a
Uh,
family park at 10 a.m. Absolutely, but I won't. So I put the normal stuff in there. But I was just like, wow, that really escalated. I thought that was funny at Animal Kingdom.
that is
Apparently,
funny.
they thought I needed at 10 a.m. I had the look of a person needing a drink.
A drink,
So
yeah.
anyway, yeah, I can't say that they were wrong, but
Yeah.
hey,
But
it was
out of
a
my ranking of all our parks of where we're at, so I would still say number one is Magic Kingdom, Epcot, and then not like three is a bad number, but Animal Kingdom is probably on the lowest. And maybe because we didn't really get to experience it as
yeah.
well as we should have, could have.
I'm gonna hot take here. Given that both days were interrupted, I think I liked Animal Kingdom more than Epcot.
Did you?
Yeah,
Look at you.
yeah. Though I will say, I know that we missed out on a lot more in Epcot, whereas Animal
Mhm.
Kingdom we missed out on a little bit. So I
I
think
love
the whole scope of Epcot's bigger. When we go back, we'll probably feel more of that. But I think just on this trip, I think I liked Animal Kingdom as a whole just a tiny bit better than Epcot. Um, They're
Can get
so
there.
far three
Yeah.
or three. So far, Animal Kingdom is my favorite of the three.
Over
And
Magic
then
Kingdom?
Magic Kingdom, and then no Magic Kingdom, and then
Okay.
Animal Kingdom, Epcot, kind of like.
It's a tight
But
race. I know, but wait.
wait. First off, that maybe I put Epcot slightly ahead just because Cosmic Rewind
Uh-huh.
in the running, probably my favorite ride, at least close to it, and that's in, of course, Epcot. So that's part of it. But anyway, yeah, loved it overall. And that's it. That's it for those two parks. We got one more park left. That's Hollywood Studios.
Yeah, we saved the best for last. So you'll want to tune
Can
in for
Hollywood
it.
Studios, which I just so happens, I was drinking my coffee this morning, and I got my Hollywood
Okay.
Studios mug. Um,
Guys.
so I also have my Phoenix mug. I don't know why I have two mugs here. Um,
I know why.
yeah, I know we've already talked about it. But so anyway, so there we are. That's us. Part 3 wrapped up. One more to go. We're going to try to record it soonish so that we can get it back up here. That's Hollywood Studios, like we said. Full day of Hollywood. Sunday. There's everything there. So please, if you liked this video, if you want to see more, please like, subscribe, notify. We will put that fourth one out. But that's not all we have. Let me give you a little teaser. Let me give you a little teaser trailer of what's to come on this channel after we're done this trip. We have 2 trips that we are backlogged that we have to talk about, and that is Navigator of the Seas 2022 Christmas sailing out of LA. We have the 2023 sailing, my bad.
Yeah.
2023 Navigator, 2024 sailing of Adventure of the Seas out of Orlando with my family. The first one was with Amanda's family at Christmas. Then we went March in my family. And this March, we're going to be back in Orlando. We're going to do City Walk, which is whatchamacallit Studios, Universal Studios, kind of their version of Disney, whatever,
Spring.
Disney Springs. So we're going to do that. Then we're going to go on a 1-week cruise on Wonder of the Seas. Then we're going to do 3 days, but 2 days in parks, plus probably back to Disney Springs because somebody wants to see all the stuff that I basically kiboshed by the surprise that you Homecoming, which you saw. So we're looking at doing 2 days in the parks plus Disney Springs. The 2 days of the parks, though we haven't nothing set in stone yet. We have time, but it seems like it's going to be Magic Kingdom because we didn't get to see we didn't do on the Pirates, we didn't do the Jungle Cruise, we didn't do the Dwarf Mine, we didn't do the Space Mountain. We got so much left to do in Magic Kingdom.
There's
and then Epcot.
Yeah.
Yes. And then Epcot because again, we got to do all the pavilions. We got to go around the world. So stay tuned for that. But in case you thought that was all, and if you are my family, this is going to be the first you're going to hear of this. So surprise! Amanda's parents, my in-laws, have graciously brought us along, or will be bringing us along, for a 12-night celebrity cruise for Spain, Canary Islands, and Morocco. Hyped AF. I just told your mom today we are hyped.
Oh.
Why are we hyped? If you said you can go on a cruise anywhere in the world, is that going to be my first pick? No. I'm going to do British Isles. I'm going to do Inner Mediterranean with Santorini and all those. I'm going to do the Czech Republic, Prague area, that over there. I want to go to Dubai. Those are all probably my dream. But if you're springing on me one that was never front of mind, I'm so excited because here's our opportunity to do it. It's going to be on the Celebrity Infinity. It's going to be an older ship, but it's been renovated a couple times, so we'll see what it's like. We're gonna have a great time. So
it's gonna be fabulous. We're gonna go to Casablanca.
We're gonna go to Tangier and Casablanca, and 3 Canary Island stops, and to Spain. Well, I guess technically 5 stops because the Canary Islands are Spanish, as I found out. But yeah, so we're going to have a great time. I can't wait for it. It's going to be amazing. The food I'm looking forward to. Even on an older ship, it's still a celebrity ship. So that's going to be awesome. And also, There's more.
And
Though we
maybe
don't know
somewhere.
where, sometime in October for our 1 year anniversary, we are looking, fingers crossed, we're looking for a cruise courtesy of the casino program with
Royal
the
Caribbean.
after the Royal Caribbean, after the Wonder of the Seas. So hopefully we can sneak something in. Probably West Coast may not be our favorite itinerary, but if it's the price is right, it's a cruise and it's our anniversary. I don't think we're going to go East Coast again, though. If the price is right and they say, "Hey, have the icon," am I going to say no? Yeah, right. So we don't know, but that's going to be October. So there's plenty to show up left on this channel. So stay tuned, stick around, and yeah, obviously, thank you for joining us. Anything? Did I cover it all, babe?
But yeah, that was a big nutshell, but that was
Yeah,
really, really good.
yeah,
We've got a lot of amazing things coming down the pike. Cannot wait.
yes. All right. Thanks for watching.
Thank you.
Most importantly, please be kind, be safe, and we'll see you in the next video.